I graduated as a teacher. What so I did not, get the job that I really wanted. But then after several years, I was part of training, and that's when I realized na there are a lot of paths pala sa BPO.
Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode of The After Shift. So we're glad you are tuning in today.
That is right. We've got an exciting topic lined up, one that's perfect for anyone considering a career in the BPO or already working and looking to explore more opportunities.
Alam nyo, ang daming misconceptions about working in a BPO, but it's actually such a dynamic and rewarding career path. So today, we're going to talk about how do you know if BPO is the right career path for you.
True. Exactly, June. So we'll also dive into overcoming the fear and anxiety of talking to customers, especially yung mga first timers, and explore the many ways you can upskill and grow within the industry.
Plus, we will share some personal stories and insights to make it even more relatable. Ikaw, June, or ikaw, Chester, how did you know that BPO was the right path for you? Kwento mo naman, friend.
Actually, hindi ko alam. Kasi back in 2006, when I was a fresh graduate from college, wala akong alam na career. But when I checked Job Street, ito lang yung available at ito yung patok at that time. So I don't know if this is the right career path for me. So I just took it anyway, right? Just to take advantage of the work available. At sinerte, natanggap sa BPO.
Yes, of
But
course.
ikaw, Chess, did you even know what like BPO industry is?
Yes, when I was in college, because just a quick backstory. When I was in college, I met a couple of those working in the BPO industry. And then they were actually recruiters. So I was
Oh.
very interested on to be part of their team, basically. So that's why my first role in the BPO industry is really like
That's nice.
Nice.
And your role now is?
My role now is part of quality. I graduated as a teacher. What so I did not, get the job that I really wanted. But then after several years, I was part of training, and that's when I realized na there are a lot of paths pala sa BPO.
Yeah, and I think that's something that not most of the people know, that when you speak about PPO, we have somebody from HR slash recruitment, quality person, and then I am from operations. Well, I had an opportunity supposed to be to join QA2, but when I started, it's just all ops. Like the opportunity in ops just went through, and that's why currently I'm in my current position.
Yeah, because there's a lot of opportunities in operations, right?
Oh, eto na nga, di ba?
Ano?
Oy, excited. So eto kasi, di ba, a lot of new hires now, takot silang mag-apply.
Ay, true naman.
Right, sa BPO. Kasi they have this misconception na mahirap. Right? They have this misconception na it's just about you taking calls, kaya they thought na hindi ako bagay dito.
Or they are afraid because they might be thinking that it's for people who just can perfectly speak English. Maybe people who graduated from a specific degree,
Maybe.
but these are all wrong.
Yeah, I agree naman.
Pero we can really deny the fact that a lot of them are afraid of joining our industries.
Oh.
So if I will ask you, example, Chester, so like what are the steps or the actions supposed to be taken para ma-remove yung anxiety or fear? Like, I know that there are a lot of people wanting to join, pero that hinders them.
Yeah, I agree. So it's just like any other job, I guess. If you really want it, then definitely grab it, right? Don't let your anxiety stop you from reaching your goals. One of the advices that I could probably give is just give it a try. It's as simple as that. Just give it a try. And of course, in the industry that we're currently in, and especially Transcom, right? You will not be left out.
True.
New hires are constantly being visited by the operation leaders. Your HR department also visits you, obviously. And we have the wellness team who really helps you cope up with the industry.
How about you, June?
Well, I guess right now,
How about you, Manny?
yung BPO kasi, they evolve over time. They also adjust to the needs of the new generation. And that's one thing I like about Transcom because that's what you mentioned. We have wellness team already, right? Although we have all the support for our new hires, but we also consider the psychological safety as well as health there of our people. And so we're giving them the wellness group to help them cope up with anxiety and um nerves probably in their
Correct.
first
So ako naman, based on experience, because I am from operations and involved in the hiring process, things that I have observed causing the fear most of the time is number one, they don't know.
yeah.
They don't know the business.
Yeah.
So to address that, you have to learn, do your own research. Next is they don't exactly know what am I gonna do if I will be hired. I think if I go back to the time when I was a first timer in the BPO, what I did was YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
a lot of YouTube.
And then I have this old phone. I don't want to mention the model, but it's 30 to 10.
May YouTube na. Anong year?
It's a joke. So I tend to record myself practicing what I have watched.
Yeah.
And then I listen to myself whether I sound
Correct.
like somebody working from a BPO industry. So that's one. And the good thing is now this is an established process, help, support, and training that we provide our people, especially the newbies.
Just to add as well, though, even when I was in college, especially if it's something new to me, I talk to myself. That's my advice.
Pero not too much, Frank.
Hindi too much.
Baka any woman.
Talk to yourself. Practice mo sa sarili mo.
True. Like, di ba, it's cliche as it may sound. Face the mirror down.
Correct.
Advices of my first trainers.
Mhm.
And then talk to yourself, listen how you sound.
Yes.
And I think something that fears as well, those people wanting to join, kaya sila napipigilan is, like, they aren't used to speaking with Americans,
Yeah.
right?
Agree.
So that also causes the anxiety and the fear. So I think to address that and to help the newbies join us, hindi po yan nakakatakot. They don't go out of your screen. All you hear is their voice. So we can always respond through voice. So I think role playing, practicing yung sinasabi mo,
Yeah.
maybe talking to somebody, maging ano ka, senadora, magkaroon kang friend na may AFAM. Friend, pakausap naman sa AFAM, di ba?
Tama. So, ano yung first call experience?
Well, yung first call experience ko kasi we were in a travel account. So it
Travel
was-
call.
No, it was not a transfer. Transfer hindi din. So it was a soup call. First call
Okay.
agad. I think there was a hurricane in the US at that time. So they were stuck at the airport and they're looking for a new flight, but there's no flight available, but they need to travel.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult and I don't know how to handle the customer. As to Joey's point, right? It's your first time taking call and you're talking to an
It can be
American.
stressful. I can't
Yes, exactly. So I just dropped the headset and let my supervisor to over the call. But it was a great experience. I got to learn how my supervisor handled it very well, how to de-escalate customer. And from then on, I got to learn something and apply it in my next one.
Mine was kind of different from you, Joan. And this is to prove that nothing is perfect. So when I took my first call in the first BPO company that I worked with, I was so eager to help. The intent of helping, the concern, the care is there because
Yeah.
I am really into it. Like customer service, technical support, I just love it. And I was so interested that I felt like I was a valedictorian in the class. Pero when I was there taking the live call, I could not do anything because, again, I'm not so proficient with the tools. And then while I was waiting for somebody to help me, we call them floor support, by the way, or special SMEs, subject matter experts.
Yeah.
It took them like, 10, 15 minutes. So when I get back, there's no one in the phone anymore. So I had that feeling of I hated and I was kind of, for the lack of term, maybe frustrated
Mm.
that I was so eager. The intent was there to help, but I could not because of the limitation.
Mm.
And then I was asking for help, and then no one was there. But it helped me become who I am. Why? I used that as a motivation that when I become somebody who's tagged as support or SME, I would always cater as quick as I can to those newbies who have been asking for help. And I cried. And I'm not ashamed. I tell my story all the time when I visit the new hires. I cried. And I'm not ashamed of my experience because it made me resilient. That brought me to the better understanding of the job.
That's a great.
It made me exert more effort that I could not rely to anyone. But I have to also exert effort to study the product, learn about the tools, blah blah blah.
Make
Friend,
you
drama, di ba?
wholeheartedly.
True.
Okay.
Ayun, friend, balikan natin.
Yes.
You mentioned a while ago na hindi ka naging agent.
Oh.
Right? So I was quite curious about it. Kasi kami, right,
Nag-phone time.
nag-phone time, naging agent until such a time that we were promoted in training, operations, quality. On your part, you were part of recruitment right away.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, what's the first role?
My first role was a recruitment promoter. So it's like a recruitment specialist. That's really where I started. And I was part of the recruitment team for about 2 years.
That's interesting. I think not all of the people knew that you can join our industry without even taking calls. So, alam niyo na guys.
Yes, definitely. There are diverse rules in our industry. But of course, we cannot take away na sometimes talaga, if you start as an agent, that's a really good foundation for future roles.
Agree naman.
Right? Yeah.
So we have also to let everyone know that it's not about taking calls and doing all this. You don't have to be techie all the time.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a graduate of IT.
Correct.
You don't have to be a graduate of
AB English.
yes, or customer service, master of whatever.
Yeah.
But to tell you honestly, the variety of the jobs that you can get in our industry are as follows. We have
We have quality, we have training, we HR, of course.
yes, and for those who are in operations, whichever your skill is actually fit, like if you're kind of savvy, we have tech support. If you are the kind of person that I was telling a while ago, based on my experience, like I wanted to help, customer service is well fit for you. Outside of operations, we have supervisors, we have managers, we have HR, which is your group, we have quality. Those who wanted to be teacher Mila, we have training and development.
Correct.
Those who wanted like to train people, develop leaders, all of that. Mention it, we have it in the BPO industry. And there's more, actually, there's more.
Yeah, IT. And also we have AI specialists now, which is in demand in the BPO industry.
True.
Yeah.
And even our DMP team. Right?
Branding,
all their
dancer, singer.
Minsan singer, di ba?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's as good as saying that there's a lot of opportunities, to venture in the BPO world.
Agree.
So ito na nga mawari, may nag-chat.
Ay, sino?
Ang tanong, so how did we become we in the BPO? Like, I know we started to take calls. You started as a recruiter.
Yeah.
What's in the BPO industry that made us?
But I think you need to be very competitive din kasi at the same time. Ang daming pumapasok na mga new hires with good skill sets. And for you to adapt, not just in the advancement, right, of the technology, kailangan mo ring mag-aral. Kailangan mo ring aralin kung ano ba yung mga in-demand na mga skill sets na yon. And for me, being competitive, I try to explore how does it feel.
Kaya ba mukha ka parating na sa competition?
Competitive masyado.
Siya talaga nasa competition.
Hindi naman.
With the force eye. Kurot.
Oh, di ba? I was a teacher, yung profession mo. So I'm interested to know if there's a career path for me in the BPO where I can teach, right? Kasi yun yung passion mo. And then I realized there is. So I learned how to, paano ko ba papasukin yung field na to. So I learned new skill sets, I applied, and I was hired as part of training for quite a while. And then
And then
eventually transition to quality. And then ibang skill sets na naman. So for you to be in demand, you also need to develop yourself.
And I think that's one great thing about the company I'm joining, and even Transcom now, because there are developmental programs for their.
Yes, yes, true naman. So our industry always, we never forget to promote that growth is happening inside. And I think that everyone deserves to know that we don't just take calls when we started, but when you are a potential and you are a performer or you have skills that are aligned or most needed on a different department, your supervisors, your managers, if they spot that, they would really enroll you into some training, development programs, and makes you identify really what's your passion, where's your commitment, like where do you see yourself, right? Because I started as an agent, but during the coaching sessions when I have been consistently performing, and this is something that I like with my previous bosses, like they always draw the line and do the path coaching. Like, so Joey, what do you want to be? Like after 6 months or a year, like you will never take calls forever.
Correct. And of course, for our viewers, no, just to set proper expectations, you should always take ownership of your own growth. Sure.
Yeah.
Do not wait for it to be offered lang, ha? And here at Transcom, of course, you're offered different types of opportunities, and we help you get to those opportunities. So by our internship programs, of course, through our L&D team, right?
Yes, and we have what we call like Transcom University. It's
So by
perfect.
self-paced.
Self-paced learning, like choose whatever skill you wanted to develop. It's there. All you need to do is just to click, enroll, and then start your journey of learning and development.
Yeah, I agree. And I saw a lot of people in Transcom taking advantage of those courses.
And I saw you taking advantage.
Ay, and now,
Right? There's
But your average is just 80 out of 100. Like slightly.
Wait, ang dami na nating napag-usapan.
Correct, correct. And guys, we're so sorry. We really wanted this session to be like mga 7.5 hours. Pero it's limited. But again, for those people who are interested to join our industry and our company and still, in doubt or thinking of not pursuing it, here's the takeaway of today's discussion. Chester?
Of course, we have diverse opportunities in the BPO industry.
And there are a lot of ways for you guys to overcome fear and anxiety as a first timer. You have all the support that you need.
True. If you think that this is an industry where you will 48 years be taking calls, no, it's not. There's a career path wherever your skill set is in this industry.
And of course, do not ask yourself anymore if BPO is the right fit for you because we gave you the answers.
It was right for me.
Right? So
For me,
thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed this conversation, share it with someone who might find it helpful. We'll also love to hear your thoughts, and if you think BPO could be the right career path for you.
Yes, and let us know in the comments or drop us a message. And if you're ready in this industry, we'd love to hear your stories too about how you started and where you are now.
stay tuned for more stories, tips, and conversations on our kwentuhan here in
The After Shift!
Take care and see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.